Never had chicken pastor before? Well, let's go ahead and make some. We're going to start off with these chicken thighs, this pineapple, and we're going to turn this into something tropical.
Let's go!
Alright, first things first. Before we start really slicing into this and getting into it, I'm going to actually try to peel it back a little bit. Now, I'm going to use this stem a little bit later, so we'll hang on to that. And then the rest, I'm just going to basically trim this using my Del Strong knife. Leaving a little of the skin on there, but not much. Not enough to really worry about anything. And then we'll start slicing this so we can pair it up with those chicken thighs. It slices, it dices. All right. Now I'm going to save the rest of this for part of the dish that we're going to make. As far as we're going to put like a relish, if you will, over top of this dish when we're done cooking. Now I'm going to slice up the onion. We're going to use this on the skewer too. So look at this. Chicken pastor is basically like a big chicken kebab with full meat, full veggies, and some good seasoning. So we're going to prep this with the pineapple on the skewer, and then we'll get the chicken on there next. Alright, so I'm going to make a little bit of a relish to go along with this chicken pastor that we're going to put on afterwards. Right now, just cutting up my peppers. Going to get these all diced up, along with some red bell pepper, green onion, jalapeno, and also some red onion with a little bit of lime juice and some cilantro. So let's get into that and get. Alright, now that I've got the red and green bell pepper chopped up, minced up if you will, that's going to be the base of this relish that we're going to be using with the chicken pastor. So I'm going to go ahead and dice up some red green onion. We'll get that in there. Then some red onion, as well as some pineapple, and then of course some lime juice to go along with that. So if you want to see more of me dicing and slicing, let me know in my videos. Don't forget to click the subscribe button down below. And like I said, continue to watch, and got a little bit more to go. Now just adding the chopped pineapple in there. Got everything else. Red bell pepper, green onion, red onion. Also have a little bit of jalapeno pepper diced up and chopped in there. And next I'm going to put some more of this pineapple in there. Stir it all up, put some lime juice in it. Alright, now I'm just going to squeeze a little bit of that lime juice in there. Then we'll toss that around and cover it up and get ready for the next step. I'm going to be making the skewers for this. Basically it's going to have the pineapple slices, the onion, and the chicken thighs in between there. So just stirring that up. You can see nice tropical little relish to go along with this dish, and it should be a good one. I'm also going to add a little bit of shredded coconut in there as well. So we'll get that in there, stir that up. This is going to be a nice little tropical relish that we'll be able to add to this chicken pastor. It's going to be smoked, and then we're going to hit it up caveman style at the end. So definitely stay tuned for that. It's going to be interesting, and definitely looking forward to it. Alright, so I just took out the bone. Now I'm just basically taking off the skin on this chicken thighs. Don't really need the skin on this cook. Obviously going to trim off any excess that we don't need on there. Like I said, it's not fancy, nothing fancy for this meal, but it will turn out semi-fancy when it's all said and done. It's a really good way to smoke up some chicken and also add some flavor to a unique cook. Like I said, I got these chicken thighs pretty trimmed up. I'm going to trim up the rest of these, get the bones out of them, and then of course get the skin off. The critical part is obviously just getting the bones out for me, and then after you get the bone out, then just taking up the skin. We'll get these seasoned up, and then we'll start getting these on the skewer, so stay tuned for that. Alright, we got those chicken thighs ready to go. Now, I'm gonna throw a little mayonnaise on these, and you're probably wondering why. Well, essentially what this is gonna act as a binder for the seasoning. I just did this recently with ribs, worked out really well. I feel like the same will be true with these chicken thighs. So we'll get that, just a piece here, get that on there, and then like I said, we'll get this seasoned up with this Guste Vitae Kentucky Kick, which I know it has my face on the can, but I'm telling you what, that seasoning is fantastic. It's actually some of the better seasoning I've had. If you like a sweet, smoky, with a little bit of heat, it's definitely the seasoning. Goes great with chicken, pork, a lot of other dishes, fish. I've been using a lot of fish lately. But yeah, definitely check out Guste Vitae. It's in the link in this description for this as well. And like I said, it's a really good seasoning. I really like it. So I'm just gonna season all these up, and then we're gonna get these on the skewers too. Basically, I'm gonna be doing something a little bit different with the skewers as far as how placement. I was originally gonna use the Pitbarrel, but that's not gonna happen today. So I'm gonna have to go with an alternative method, which hopefully you'll like, and we'll show you that here in a little bit. All right, so welcome back. Here we go. This is unique. I've done this once before on purpose. This time I'm having to do it just because out of necessity. But it's pretty cool. You'll get to see what I'm doing as far as technique. You can use this probably on any other Kamado, whether it's a Kamado Joe, whether it's a bean green egg. I'm sure you could probably do the same thing if you wanted to. I do have the accessory, the tea accessory from the Pitbarrel being utilized in this process, but it's really neat the way I got it set up. So let's go ahead, take a look, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. All right, so as you can see here, there's a wire sticking out. The reason that wire is there is because I'm running a little bit of just basically wire to hold up that cook. So without further ado, let's look at what I'm talking about specifically. As you can see, I have that in there hanging, and that's how we're going to smoke this pastor cooked chicken. The pineapple, the onion, everything else you see there, that's how we're going to cook this. And like I said, you could do this on other type of Kamados like this, I'm sure. It's not something I recommend, to be quite frank, unless you just want to try it out. But it is pretty cool. It's worked for me before. I don't see it being no different this time, and unfortunately I'm having to do it out of necessity because my Pitbarrel needs a good scrubbing. So in any case, we'll get this rolling, and stay tuned. Definitely more to come, and look forward. We're getting close. Wow, definitely looks good. A little bit more ways to go, and then we'll get that caveman style crust on there. So definitely stay tuned. The chicken pastor is looking good. Definitely excited to see how this one turns out. So stay tuned. It's all hanging here from the Blaze Kamado Grill with the Prime 6 charcoal too. But yeah, this should be interesting. So now, go ahead, do what I call a caveman sear on this. Get that all crispy. It's definitely juicy. The pineapple keeps the chicken obviously in good shape, as well as obviously the onion in between there. It's going to add a little flavor. And essentially what I'm going to do once this gets done searing on all the four sides, I'm going to pretty much just going to take it in there and slice it and be ready to go. You could just look at that and see how juicy that is. Chicken in between the pineapple, the onion, all that together. And like I said, one delicious smell. And there you have it. Chicken pastor with a little bit of a tropical relish on top. And then of course some white rice over there. Definitely looks good. And certainly looking forward to eating this.
Yeah.
Chicken pastor is excellent. That relish, tropical relish, really adds depth and flavor to the meal as well. So if you haven't tried this, definitely try it. It's an excellent meal. Like I said, it's easy to do. So thanks for paying attention. Thanks for watching. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And thanks again for your participation.